today's trigger isn't even on the regularly scheduled program. It's one of those spur of the moment kind of triggers. So today is January the 1st, 2023. It's a new year. We celebrated a new year. 2022 was hard for everybody. I don't think there's anybody that had a great year all year. For the full year, we struggled to make it out of 2022 all in one piece. And I guess everybody was just ready to close a chapter on that shit. We was like, it's a wrap for that. We can only go up from here because we are at rock bottom. And so, too much. 2022 was hard. We took a lot of L's, especially people that look like me. We took a lot of loss last year. I mean, everybody as a world took a lot, but we took a lot more. So we was really just waiting to get away from 2022, hoping that 2023 will have brighter days. And look at God. It is 67 degrees, I want to say, today. And last Sunday, pipes was busting because it was too cold and causing a lot of damage to people's houses. And then today you got it's a perfect July day. So it's kind of like July for Christmas, I guess. But we are now the instant microwave society. We want now stuff like at 12 o'clock. So if you manifest something, we waiting on it to happen at 12:01, because I've been good all 2022 and I passed those tests and I held it down. So give me mine right here. And when you don't get yours first off, shit, now 2023 acting up. But I learned that you have to plan for 2023 while you still in 2022 to make sure that you going in right. So it'll snowball effect. So I'm a planner. I like to have a plan. And it's funny. The funny thing about always having a plan, God laughs at your plans. Every time you think you got it planned out, God laughs and send you in a different direction. Angela and Yo Gottis. Let me tell y'all something. I made a video and I deleted it last night because I was trying to upload some more videos. I didn't have enough space. And I posted the video, but then I deleted it. I said, it's 2022 and y'all still asking for Sierra's prayer when Russell told y'all he prayed for her. So I see a lot of you still asking about Sierra's prayer, and I feel you, Summer Walker. But did y'all miss the part where Russell said he prayed too? Y'all see it. Y'all know how I feel about it. I knew that. That was something that I was going to use, and it was for the girls only. We knew that was that. Yo Gotti came out that song and he said he want Angela Simmons. Boom, he put it in the atmosphere, baby. Us over here, we was bumping Rack It Up, baby. Dancing to it, all in it, talking about cut the check. They distracted us. That was a move to distract us. Meanwhile, he telling us to, we hitting our target and we some hardcore gangsters and we cut the check. And her name is Nicki, but her name ain't Nicole. We was all for Nicki Minaj and we rapped the whole song and I posted it last October, I think it was. I was still rack it up. whole time Yo God is still manifesting and praying and putting it out in the atmosphere, and we is not even paying attention. Meanwhile, y'all listening to them clowns tell y'all what we ain't. We too loud, we too nappy headed, we too dark, we too proud, we too much, we got too much attitude. They say all of that about us, and then when something happens, immediately the first thing it is, he should have stayed with a black woman. Hold on now, wait a minute, damn it, we can't do it without him. And we are really about our business. We are here killing it. Like, we are really doing the damn thing. We starting businesses, we running other people's businesses, we breaking generational curses, we raising kids, we healing men, we raising parents again, we helping siblings out, we trying to support everybody, we trying to mind our business, we trying to get our body snatched, we trying to do whatever it is that we gonna find a little glit and glimmer to help us make it through the next day. So whatever that may be for some people, it's not the same. It ain't the same, and it varies. But I did do some research, and I do think that the woman's most desired, I can't remember how the question was on the movie that I watched, 3,000 Years of Longing with Idris Elba. Baby, y'all go watch that just for the scene right there alone. Watch that, because he was chocolatey fine in that one, honey. And he was supposed to tell, I think it's, if I'm Sheba, Queen Sheba, what was woman's most desire, but he wouldn't tell it, so it's a secret, because I don't know if everybody got the same desire, but I think it's time. Mine is time. Money come and go. I've been excited with some money. I've been even more excited and happy and free without some money. So money ain't it for everybody, but y'all listening to these clowns tell y'all what not to get. Meanwhile, they having either a buffet of what they prefer and telling you what not to get, so you making it more out there for them so they can be greedy, and then they can cheat and break us down, and then we unhealed and got to go back through the process all over that again. Instead of y'all going to get healed too, we need to get healed together. It has to be mutual, and then coming together to form a union to leave lineage and legacy. Y'all heard Beyonce say her great-great-grandchildren are already rich. That's the goal. In the Bible, it say you leave something for your children's children. And then why else are we breaking these curses if we ain't doing it for them? Because this is not easy to be the one that have to be the one to take on the assignment to hurt for the greater good of generations you ain't even met. You suffering for them. But y'all ain't ready to talk about that one though. But what triggered me today, to make it all make sense, what triggered me today was the fact that we don't know how to have faith and a little bit of patience. Like I said, we want it all instantly, and I'm guilty of that too. We want it all instantly, but we forgot that good things take a long time to grow. A dream deferred, it take a while for it to fester, but if the seed is being planted and you continue to water it, and I got this message from my 8-year-old. She planted a seed. I had no idea she planted it, but I know she's been watching me as I learn how to care for flowers and plants and things. She's been watching me, she's been learning, and so she had faith that she planted something, and what she planted was going to grow. Me, I didn't tell her she was wrong. I just said, well, if that's what you feel like, I watered it too, just like I would do equally amongst all of them. I water whatever idea, whatever thing that they have in them, I water that because it's already planted in them, so I just water it so it'll continue to shine and grow and be greater and bigger for their great grandkids, so that my suffering wasn't in vain. And in doing that, I've created these little mini moguls that always want to work and don't want to really enjoy the time that I took for granted. I was like, yeah, I work from home, but I can work while she had a basketball game, or I can work while she had practice. So I was there, but I wasn't present. And I've never missed an event, but I've never been fully present. This past July was the first time I didn't take my laptop on a trip. Every trip I've ever taken, I've always taken a laptop. And this time I was like, no, I'm going to give my kids my undivided attention. It was the best vacation we've had. There was no fighting, there was no arguing. It was just real calm and collected. And even with the situation that Cambria seizures came back in 2020 with basketball only. She only has seizures when it's associated with basketball. But when she was 2, we were at Dollywood, and the minute she got in the water, she had a seizure. So, you know, this is our first time going to a water park since 2022 and since 2020 to try to see. So I was nervous about that. And out of the blue, my cycle came, and I wasn't expecting it that day. But thanks be to God that some of the things that I have done and trying to heal myself, I was able to get on the rise with them. I didn't ruin anybody's trip, because that was my main thing. I didn't want my endometriosis and my cycle and thing taking me out of the game, and I couldn't enjoy their vacation with them, because the point of the vacation for me and for us is for the kids to enjoy themselves, but us to kind of just relax a little bit too. And you can't relax when you have a kid that could have an emergency at any time. You can never relax. We always on caution with her. That's another trigger. I'm gonna give it to y'all another day. I read. I was doing my vision board, and out popped Nipsey, and rest in peace Nipsey. But it was listening to him say, I spoke some things into the universe and they appeared, that made me go back and study into his life more. So that's a book that I read. I listened to last year, so I urge you to go listen to The Marathon Continues. I think it's the name of it. But I did listen to that. I listened to Rick Ross' book, and I got a different outlook on him. But the one thing I want to say is stay present in the moment, because we discussed at the beginning that triggered means the resistance to stay present within a given moment, because you're triggered by something, and it takes you out of the present moment. So in these times when you're triggered, stay focused on the bigger picture, stay calm. Just know that this too shall end. That what they keep saying, they keep quoting Glorilla say, the sun won't always shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. So it might look a little triggered today, but then you deal with that in this day, and then when you lay down at night to get you a good night's sleep, you leave that alone and you start over, because it's tomorrow, it's a whole new day, it's time to do something that you wanted to do, or something that you didn't do yesterday. That's the only reason why you need to reach into yesterday, pull it over, and give yourself grace and a little mercy and a little room, because we are humans, or we spiritual beings having a human experience, however you want to say it, but we're not robots, and we do have feelings, and we do have physical, that if you stress, it starts affecting your body physically. So there's a lot of reasons why stress kills, they say, not besides heart attacks, and heart disease being the number 1 killer in women, and I think it's 3 in men, number 3. I'm gonna have to go back and look. But men take better care of their cars and their shoes and their little prized possessions than they do of their health. That's really, really unfortunate. And if y'all stop listening to these clowns and go get your queen, she gonna remind you to get your prostate checked, and get checked for sleep apnea if you snore, and you might have some allergies, and you might not need to eat meat. She gonna go into that. If she love you, she gonna dive into that and help you figure out where you can correct your life at. Listen to Steve Harvey. He said that he wasn't good with his first one. He was practiced almost, and now he probably the best husband you could ever want to have. And I listened to Michelle Obama say her and Uncle Barack didn't even like each other for 10 years, and I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that Mr. Obama did something for Mrs. Auntie Michelle Obama to be like this. He, I, you know what? Never mind. I see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see it. I apologize. But the advice she gave you, do you still like them? Or like, is it worth saving? It was a good interview. She was touring. And this is so representation matters, because I took my 2 youngest kids to an event with me, and the youngest one had met the lady that was moving in from out of town to take over a new position locally. She had met my youngest at the library that day while she was out with her girls program, and the lady said, "Oh, I met her earlier. She told me you're fun." She would never tell me that, like never. But I got a little information because I'm connected to everything. So she thinks I'm fun, but she won't tell me. But when they asked them to introduce themselves and what they introduce ourselves, and she's the youngest in the room, but she spoke about Michelle Obama and Whitney Houston and people that it's not people that she know, but it's somebody that she know of, and that's because representation matter. And even back in February, she read a book we had got from the library about powerful women, powerful black women, and something like that. But it was a good book. But she read it, and Michelle was in there, and Beyonce, and all the little, people that are role models to us. But I said that to say, be more present in the moments, and worry about what's gonna happen next, and let tomorrow take care of itself, because there's nothing you can do about it except for be better in the present moment, and it might turn that day on around. So if you triggered, stop, take some deep breaths, meditate on a little bit, see why you were triggered, and write that shit down, and then throw it in the trash.